All right, Anna Marks. Let's go.
Ladies, if you're looking for a man and you find one who has female friends, like girls that he texts regularly and girls that he hangs out with one on one, that is a huge green flag. Like when I meet a guy who doesn't have any girlfriends, to me, that says that other women don't want to hang out with you. When I meet a guy who has female friends, it's like, okay, perfect. They've already vetted you and you pass. Some guys might say, well, I don't have female friends, not because women don't like hanging out with me, but I don't like hanging out with women. Women that I'm not interested in, that is. Which is basically saying that they do not value women unless it's in the context of a sexual relationship.
There's just so much cope in all of this. And I'm just so tired of constantly hearing this. I'm tired of all these women coming out and reaffirming some sort of a political narrative with hints of truth in it, but then stuffing it full with lies on top and trying to spin this as the ultimate new way of doing things. All right. Basically, all this girl did was lump together the idea of social proof with this new age liberal agenda where a guy is supposed to just totally be okay hanging out with people that really don't offer him anything tangible by hanging out with them all the time and offering charity at all times at no cost. And you're supposed to want to do that, and you're supposed to even like it too. I just honestly can't stand these silly narratives anymore. I just can't. It never made sense to me, and I'm just going to be forthcoming and admit what I actually think about it. The truth is this: outside of enjoyment, purely enjoyment, most people are horrible friends. I'm not trying to just attack women here, of course. I'm saying even guys. Most guys outside of the realm of pure enjoyment are not that good friends. They don't really have your back. They're not going to be there for you when times are actually hard. They're not going to put anything on the line for you. Okay. This is most people in general. When it comes to women, though, this is especially the case. If you're the type of guy that gets off on constant social interaction just for the sake of the enjoyment of it, then it makes sense that you'd have female friends. If you're the other type of guy, which I would argue is the majority of guys, you really don't see any advantage to being friends with women. The overwhelming majority of the time, female friends are going to offer you some sort of metaphysical enjoyment, maybe fun conversation, maybe some play, and that's about it. I talk about this exact concept with guys on a daily basis. The overwhelming majority of the time, girls don't really make the best friends because oftentimes they focus on themselves and how they get to benefit from all of these social interactions. On top of that, if they've ever leaked any kind of baggage to any of their friends, they're always very, very careful about controlling the narrative as new people enter into the friend group. The last thing they want is to have some sort of social suicide scenario where some information that they don't prefer to be out there be leaked to somebody new that's coming in because they want to control the framing of who they are. Ask the majority of men who skew more towards the masculine, and you'll find the same story over and over and over again. These types of guys just don't have the patience to constantly navigate the emotional circus that is these types of friend groups or friend circles or interactions. The guys that typically do like these types of scenarios are honestly guys that tilt more towards the feminine. They probably enjoy the chaos to some degree, or they've trained themselves to like it. Of course, there is a hint of truth to what she's talking about when it comes to the social proof aspect. If a guy can hang out with women, it could indicate that he's socially calibrated or that he's choosing to be socially calibrated. On the other hand, if you are an attractive guy and you enter into these circles, you'll very quickly see that the single girls will typically start to engage in competitive behavior. As nice as the fantasy she's talking about sounds, it very rarely actually pops up in reality. Most of the time when this occurs, you have one single guy and a bunch of couples who've been friends forever, and maybe when a new single girl comes into play, now there's a chance for something to happen, but let's be honest, most of the time that guy that's left over, he's single because he's probably not that attractive for whatever reason. This is the majority of the time, of course. Are there exceptions? Of course there are. I'm just trying to bring some dose of reality to this fantasy scenario that girls love to talk about, but very rarely actually exists.
And I just know that someone's going to comment, there's no such thing as a platonic relationship between men and women. And what I'm saying is that yes, it's completely possible for a man and a woman to be just friends.
Yeah, if you don't like him and he likes you because he's going to hide it forever because he wants to maintain it, he understands he's not going to get you. Maybe he'll try here and there. You'll slowly, softly reject him. It'll go into this weird fluff zone, and that's where it's going to exist. If the roles are reversed, though, totally different scenario the vast majority of the time. So, can we just stop lying to ourselves about this constantly? constantly lying about this. Men and women, especially at the extremes of the masculine feminine scale, just have vastly different interests. The fun in the communication typically comes from the polarity because they're so different. If you ever need any more evidence of this, just patiently go into a hippie group and watch their behavior over time. Hippies are this niche group of people that don't believe in dimorphism, so they don't typically believe in the extremes of masculinity and femininity. They think that all people should be the same and they're all equal and one. Go watch their circles and patiently observe that the exact same dynamics will occur in a much more passive-aggressive format. Guy and girl are together, new guy comes into the picture, other guy gets kicked out. He tries to be nice about it as he gets replaced by the new, more dominant guy. But because his current views and ideology do not line up with his instinct, what you'll see is you'll start engaging in passive aggressive behavior towards the new mate. Let's keep going.
If you're watching this video, especially if you're a man and think, no, you could never be just friends with a woman, then I think you're the kind of person that I'm talking about in this video. Also, I should mention, if you start dating a guy who has female friends, do not make him cut off those female friends once you guys become official. They are the ones who got him there. They are the ones who prepped him to be a good boyfriend to you.
It's such cope. It's such insane cope. I can't even believe what I'm listening to. The vast majority of the time, the only thing that those girls end up doing is prepping the guy on how to be a good boyfriend by essentially being submissive to any new girl that comes into the group that is of interest. The girls that buy into this narrative are typically more concerned with control than they are actual genuine attraction. There's a whole list of reasons why they end up in that position, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure you could put together 1 plus 1.
And if you think something sus is going on between him and his girly pop friends, you should not be dating him, because if you really are that concerned, it means that you don't trust him.
Please make it make sense. If you are that concerned, you don't trust them, therefore don't date him. But if he has friends that are girls, he's going to be a good bet. Trust me. I swear there is no semblance of logic to any of this. This purely just goes back to feelings only. There's no actual consistency here. It's all feel-good fantasy politics that very rarely materializes in anything that's decent in actual reality. Any of the critics, if you're seeing this, go to the comments and please try to dismantle or try to explain what this girl's talking about. And please tell me if I'm off the mark, because I just don't understand where this random logic is coming from, where none of it's cohesive. It's not coherent at all. It's just random brought together facts that paint this nice little fantasy picture with no actual substance. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check my links in the description below.